Okay, so I'm now going to just explain and try and rationalize all my thoughts on how we can improve the university. So, what we can have happen is that every student that comes out of high school, basically, has their grades. So they have their report card with like math, English, etc. Right? And they got a different score, 7, 6, yada yada yada. Right? All of these students will then need certain scores to enter university. So we have the university here, UKZN, and at the university there are several different plans that you can take. You've got one which is the safest, and this one is concerned with a prescribed course similar to the current operation, but it's very confined, it's very boxed in. You don't get much outside exposure. You see, it just all the outside information isn't put in. You're simply taking what's out here, which is fine. And then this option will just lead to you getting a degree and being able to market yourself out in the world. Then we can have the uh, personalized plan where you get to attend the university so your fees are used to cover um, the facilities and the and also they get you the university's name, so you get sort of their backing, so it shows that the university trusts in you as a as a product. Basically, they see value in you. Then so you get to attend the university, but you get to do your own work. So you get to research your own topics. You get to research your own topics. You get to research your own topics. So own research. You get to um, consult with all the professionals. So you get to do your own research. You get to consult with professionals. You get to use the facilities. All right. And at the end, you compile your findings, research. I know that's spelled wrong. You compile your findings and your research, and you then compile them into a certain set of reports, which can then be graded and marked by the university in your final year. You can develop projects, you can use the labs, 3D printers, the workshops, all these things to create your own research and provide new findings into any sort of field, and then you develop the reports. So you make these. Then these are graded by the university and given a score, they can then be posted online where you can have two things occur. Right? So then we got these going online onto the university's page or something, and all these business can look at these reports, and they look at the grades on these reports, and they can then pick candidates that they want to either invest in, and you can do these yearly, and post them whenever they're finished or at the end of each year to show your progress reports, right? Then businesses can look at these reports and determine who they want to sponsor and who they don't want to sponsor. Then the university also looks at these reports, and if they excel and are the so this is percentage, and if they are the top of the top, creme de la creme, greatest reports that are worth they see a lot in, they can invest in you. And then the university can help you continue to grow this project. They can fund you, and they can set you up with a large platform that you can either detach yourself from or have the university get a claim of that sort of research, right? And then they can also go into bidding wars with businesses, so they are forced to always show all of their students' research, so that either businesses or themselves can offer you contracts. And then depending on what you want, so then it's your decision. It's your decision on whether you want to go with the business, or if you want to go with the university, or if you want to just develop by yourself. And then that's a whole legal battle, and that's your own thing. So that'll be for the very top, the people who the businesses are really impressed with, or the university is really impressed with, and who will sort of develop their own new technologies and further their own personal fields of study. But then for the central area, for the higher end, businesses would probably still be willing to bet on you. These probably are the people who would get bursaries. So these are all the people who would get bursaries, and then the majority of people, they will, based on how good their reports are out of university, be able to land a job and use their research papers to enter a business. Because this would be the majority of people. Some of them will get bursaries. That's because the business wants to invest in them early, or they want to buy them out specifically, while this section is reserved for your standard normal average student, and they get to showcase all of their reports and their gradings to different businesses. So this can be added to CV. So these research papers can then be added to the CV. And then if no company wants to pick you up on this, the university can also look at all your reports. So the university can then give you the degree, which is the safest option for these people and everybody else who fills out the curve for the university. They just give you uh, the degree, and it's all based off your own work. So if you bet on yourself being capable enough, then you can go for this option. You can always also just, if you want to work on your own stuff, bet on yourself to do this option if you're specifically interested in this. But if you don't really know what you're doing or what you want to do, you can go with the safe option and just prescribe to a course and get a degree at the end of it to enter the business place, and while at university figure out which side of the which plan that you want to continue with, or maybe find your own personal passion. And this way, uh, all that matters is whether you get accepted by the university in order to either pay fees to use their facilities or pay fees to try and get a degree. But then you get into the system which provides you with all of its facilities and its name based on how much they're willing to invest in you out of high school. And then you get all these opportunities to do your own research, your own projects, your own sort of development program, which you can then pitch through the university's name to businesses, as well as maybe use your own personal research and the facilities to invest in yourself, or the university can invest in you, or you can go and develop your own projects later down the line. That's all I wanted to explain about my university-based project program. Currently, this only really fits for engineering, but I'm sure we could find a way for it to fit into almost any field. Maybe I'm not too sure about law and humanities. I don't know much about that space, but I'll probably learn more and try and figure out a way to fit those in.